And on the middle overs, Zampa, 12 wickets for the tournament, ahead of the pace trio. He's been a sterling performer for you throughout the whole show, hasn't he?
Yeah, he certainly has been. His ability to get big wickets at crucial times, even last game, to get that first breakthrough and get Babber out, who we know can bat really deep and be so destructive once he gets into his innings. So yeah, that was crucial. He's just been really consistent and he's confident at the moment. He's been outstanding.
Last one from me. I promise I'm not trying to monopolise it, but it's become a sentence in everybody's reports since you won the semi-final. But seriously, how much would it mean to have this trophy in the cabinet?
Yeah, we obviously, like I said earlier or the other day, we came in with a really clear plan to win this tournament, and you've got to be in it to win it. So to be one step closer and to play New Zealand, who are a great team, obviously just across the ditch there is going to be brilliant.
Thanks, Aaron. Play well.
Cheers.
Tom Wiley, and again, folks, if you have a question, raise your hand, please, guys. Tom.
Aaron, how you going? What have you guys turned around since that loss to England? Like, it seems that you've really hit form at the right time. What was the approach following that game, and how does that set you up for tomorrow?
Oh, the approach didn't really change, to be honest. We talked about just backing our plans, backing our skills. In T20 cricket, you have to be brave and you have to put it all out there, put it on the line at some point in a game. And the fact that we've had guys do that with bat and ball has been really impressive. And to get us into this situation, to be playing off in a final, I think shows a commitment from the team to be able to stick to their own plans and play to their strengths.
Tom Decent.
Hey, Aaron, can you just talk about the effect of momentum in a tournament? Obviously, the guys have plenty at the moment. Can you just speak about how that's affected the group and sort of the benefit of that heading in such a big game?
I don't believe in momentum a huge amount in especially in a tournament like this. You're playing a different opposition all the time, so you're not you're not playing on the same wicket. You're not playing against the same opposition every game, so it's hard to be able to sort of really drill into some positive matchups that you might get, or someone might get the wood over someone else. So it's really hard to continue to nail that. So I think it's just about the team that turns up and executes on the day. T20 cricket can be brutal at times. So for someone to be able to turn up and do their job really well, I think is a part of it. And what most people might call momentum, I think it's just you have to reset each game and reevaluate.
A few weeks ago, had the team been told you would make a World Cup final, do you think the group would have been satisfied by that, or is it, bigger and better things to come?
Well, you got to be in it to win it. So yeah, absolutely. I think it's something you'd take to give yourself an opportunity to win a world event, to win an ICC trophy is really special. So yeah, we're really proud of where we are at the moment, where we've come from, and one more step to go.
Tip the mum.
Hi, Aaron. Just with the reviews, the two precious reviews, what would be the strategy in applying the reviews in the context of, Dave Warner sort of getting tricked into not going for a review? What are your thoughts on that?
What's the strategy in using them? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Well, if you think that it's out, you use it. If you're batting, you think it's not out. The one with Davey the other day, he heard a big nick. Maxie heard it at the other end as well. So, yeah, there wasn't, for some reason, obviously Davey didn't feel it because he didn't nick it. But that's just one of those things. You take the good with the bad in that scenario. But from a fielding point of view, I think you look to the wicket keeper is really important and the bowler is really important in that, because as a captain, being at cover or point or something like that, you don't have a huge amount of information to go off. So I rely a lot on Matty Wade's perspective behind the stumps in that situation.
Sure. Thanks.
Rob Waters.
Hi, Aaron. The sort of the numbers suggest that it's almost impossible to win batting first, but that seems too peculiar. Just how difficult or how big is the advantage batting second, and can it be overcome if you don't win the toss?
Yeah, absolutely. It can be overcome. I think I said it a couple of weeks ago that at some point to win this tournament, you're going to have to win batting first. So whether we have to do that, the other day was really interesting because I looked at the wicket and it looked on the dry side, and I thought it would still play really well. So I was confident that. Well, I was actually hoping to lose a toss because I would have loved to have put a score on the board in that semi-final against Pakistan. But it was one of those ones where you're probably never going to bat first, but you don't mind if you have to. So it's the same going into the final. I think we saw it in the IPL final. Chennai were able to put a big score on the board and really squeeze there. So it comes down to the day. If you can put a big enough total on the board and make the opposition take risks earlier in their innings, and that's what it's all about, I think, to try and exploit that.
And just one more on that, sorry, Cole. Is batting second more about and having an advantage more about the conditions, or is T20 cricket sort of broadly going that way anyway?
I think it's a little bit of both, Robert. The conditions under lights, they just seem to speed up a little bit. There's no physical dew on the ground, but just as the lights take effect, I think that it might just put a little film on the wicket or something like that. That the ball just doesn't stick in the wicket quite as much. It comes onto the bat a bit, and the outfield the same. So I reckon around the world, a lot of teams love chasing in T20 cricket. It does come with its risks. So I think if an opposition puts up a big total on the board, then it can be difficult to chase it down regardless of where you're playing. So it's a catch-22, but the trend of the tournament has been chasing them down, hasn't it?
Thanks.
Cheers.
Savage.
Thanks, Cole. G'day, Aaron. Congrats on reaching the final. Obviously, Australia played New Zealand earlier this year in a 5-match series. Is anything particular from that series that the side learnt that they might implement in this final coming up this weekend?
I think anytime you play New Zealand, you know how great a contest it's going to be. You know that they're so disciplined in all three facets of the game. Their fielding is outstanding. They're a team that you have to be on for all 40 overs if you're going to get over the line. They're a great side. They're really well led by Kane, and who's done it brilliantly. They're always there and thereabouts, regardless of how they're going at the time or what personnel they've got. They seem to just hang around for long enough in any kind of contest and wear you down. So that's what we've learned over the years about New Zealand. They fight and scrap in every situation. They're a great side.
Thanks so much. All the best for Sunday.
Thanks, Nick.
Raj.
Thanks, Cole. Hi, Aaron. If you look at the one-to-one matchup between players, do you think Australia hold an advantage over New Zealand?
I think both teams are really well matched up with similar sort of structures in terms of the power play bowling. New Zealand have obviously been the dominant team in the World Cup in the power play with the ball. It's both teams have got good spin options in Zamps and Maxi as well. It should be a great contest. It always is, regardless, like I said before, regardless of who's playing for either team, it always turns out to be a really close contest. So yeah, we can't wait.
Do you also think the recent, if you look at the ICC events in the last few years, so the way New Zealand has managed to pull themselves up in crunch situations, that kind of is kind of missing in Australian team right at the moment?
No, we're in the final, so I think we've done a really good job to scrap and find ways to win games. Particularly that first game against South Africa, we fought really hard to get across the line there. Against the West Indies, they come out really hard at us, put us on the back foot early, but we kept dragging momentum back and got that win. And then last game to be able to chase down a really competitive score and with the Wade and Stoinis partnership was fantastic. So I think that we've scrapped hard like you'd expect.
Thanks, Aaron. Go well.
Looks like the last one here. We'll go back to Tom Waldy.
Thanks, guys. Aaron, obviously New Zealand were, you could say, robbed in the World Cup final and they lost the Test match championship. Is there a sense that they are, not to put words in your mouth, but sort of due a major trophy? And do you think they'll bring something extra to the game, considering their recent sort of performances in major finals?
Oh, I think that New Zealand have got so much experience in their group. Like I said, led beautifully by Kane. Guptill's there has played a lot of cricket. The Southey and Bolt, Santner. So these guys have played a lot of cricket. So I'm not sure that you'd expect anything less from New Zealand. I think if you can bring more to any game, then you probably haven't bought as much as you can. So that's same with both teams. You bring everything that you've got every game, and may the best team win on the day.
Thanks, Tom, and thanks, Aaron. Thanks, everyone, for joining this morning, and we'll catch up with all of you guys, or most of you guys, after the game tomorrow night. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Aaron.
Guys.
Thanks.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks so much.